أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Today we have a different khatira, special khatira, because the one who's going to give the khatira today, he's one of the youngest imams and shuyukh. Ezziden, come here, please. We have our brother Ezziden, inshallah. He is going to be the imam and the leader for giving the khatira today. Ezziden, عرف نفسك, introduce yourself.
My name is Ezziden AlAdhamy. I come from Iraq and I want to spread this message of respecting the parents, since there are many stuff today like internet that could make the child forget about his parents' struggles for him.
Okay. MashaAllah, Ezziden, you went to the topic quickly, MashaAllah. So Ezziden, you didn't come today to be famous?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You're going to say, a guy, are you famous? Did you just say that? We're not famous. So why are you here?
To spread the message about your parents' struggle and how you should act with them.
Yeah, mashallah. So this is his intention for today. Ezziden, one of the brothers and the students of the school who comes during the weekend. And he memorized the Quran, alhamdulillah. And he is working hard, and his family, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless his parents. They always push them to come, him and his siblings as well. And this is something great in our community and inside, these fitan that we see nowadays, to have our kids connected with al-masjid, connected with Islam, ahadith, Quran, so that they get the benefit for themselves and for the whole community. Inshallah, we're going to listen to Ezziden right now, but he has some problems in his back. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him shifa. Ezziden is going to start just right now. 1 second. Sit. Let me bring you the thing that... You can come closer. These are your papers. توكل على الله. تفضل عزيزي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله. Brothers and sisters in Islam, today we will be talking about a very serious matter which concedes of respecting the parents. This is a very serious message to people that still have their parents. Allah Azza wa Jal told us in Surah Al-Isra, ayah 23 to 24, it states, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فلا تقل لهما أف ولا تنهرهما وقل لهما قولا كريما واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. Translated in English, it means, and your Lord has commanded that you worship none but Him, and honor your parents. If one of them or both of them reach old age, never say to them even ugh, nor ya at them, rather address them respectfully, and be humble with them out of mercy, and pray, my Lord, be merciful to them as they raised me when I was young. From that ayah, we can see that Allah commanded us to worship Him, but also obey and respect our parents and not yell at them. And anything ordered by Allah is ibadah, which is worship. And we want to worship Allah to go to Jannah. Now, Allah made oath haram. And haram is the opposite of worshiping, because you're basically doing some stuff that Allah does not want you to do. And we want to worship Allah to get to Jannah. So, and the thing surprising about Uf is that he made Uf 2 letters only, and he made it that it could get you a grave sin. And as I said, we want to worship Allah to get to Jannah, and haram is the opposite of ibadah. And Uf could come in many other forms. It does not just come from the form of your mouth, or of how you speak to your parents. It could come by actions too. A lot of these actions are like your parents call you to help or get something, and you roll your eyes. That is an Uf. Or you make your voice higher than the parent's voice. That's Uf. Or you slamming the door in front of them. That's also an Uf. And also one other one is saying bad words to your dad or mother, or even both of them. Or even both of them. So, and if you upset your parent, like whatever you do to your parents, nice or like extremely nice that nobody has ever think of it, it will never come close to the pain of the caring your mother did for you, and what your dad did or is doing good for you. Like he teaches you, like make sure your grades are up high, or he always makes sure to entertain you and teach you the Islamic values. And well, you have to be fair to your parents. And if you also upset them, they might do one dua. One dua does not sound much, but when it comes to parents, one day they raise their hands against you, one dua from them, it will ruin your whole life. Do not expect to have a restful, good future if your parents do a dua against you. Always listen to your parents. That's another thing, because the thing they are telling you to do will make you a better person. And they are the only people that want you to succeed better than themselves in life, in the dunya and in the akhirah. Not your cousin, he wants to be better than you. Not your friend, he wants to be better than you. Your parents want you to be better than themselves. MashaAllah. And if you disobey your parents, what will be the punishment? Because you're not being fair to your parents after all the pain they did. And what is the capability, which is al-qudra in Arabic, of the parents? The Islamic book Al-Adab al-Mufrad, Hadith 2, explains a way to earn Allah's pleasure and Allah's displeasure. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the pleasure of Allah lies in the pleasure of the parents, and the displeasure of Allah lies in the displeasure of the parents. In Arabic it is رضا الرب من رضا الوالدين وسخط الرب من سخط الوالدين. From that hadith we can observe that the states سخط الرب من سخط الوالدين. So if your parents get angry at you, that will cause Allah to also get angry at you, and Allah's anger is also a very big curse. So if your parents get angry at you, Allah will get angry at you, and if He gets angry at you, it is a very big curse. So basically, the anger of the parents is a curse. And this hadith in Sunan Abi Dawood states, do not pray against yourself, do not pray against your children, do not pray against your maid, do not pray against your wealth. Least that concedes within time, least that concedes with the time when Allah is asked and He gives, so He answers your prayer. Translated in Arabic, it is لا تدعوا على أنفسكم ولا تدعوا على أولادكم ولا تدعوا على خدمكم ولا تدعوا على أموالكم لا توافق من الله تعالى تبارك ساعة نيل فيستجيب لكم. The parts I want to focus about right now is do not pray against your children, least that Allah is asked and He gives, so He answers your prayer. So basically He answers the du'as of parents, and if your parents get mad at you, as I said, will cause the anger of Allah, which is a very big curse. So the anger of Allah the anger of the parents is a curse, basically. So,
can you give us example, the example of disobedience and what happens if the person disobeys Allah, disobeys his parents?
So, some of the examples is like you're playing a video game, you're very close to finishing an important mission, they call you, or like you yell at them or do oof. Like you yell at them, you scream because they made you lose, that's an oof.
Yeah. Do you have a story for disobedience?
Yes, I do. And there was an old man once. He had a number of kids that were all married, and they moved away from him. So he lived with only his wife, his maid, and his driver. So one day his wife died. She passed away. So he had to live with one of his sons, not the oldest, but one of his sons. So the oldest son was ashamed that his dad had to live with one of his brothers. So the father lived with with his son. That old man started doing what any old man would really do. He also started criticizing, "Why didn't you cover this plate? And why is this food so abundant?" The oldest son's wife couldn't bear him anymore, and after a long argument, they agreed to prepare the driver's room for him to rest in. But one day the oldest son came, and he asked, "Oh, father, why don't you go live in the aniclary? It's better for you to get fresh air, and better for your health as well." The father understood what the son wanted, but didn't argue at all. The son started visiting him twice a week, then once a week. Then his wife started sending him food on dirty plastic dishes. A few days passed, maybe even months. The father died. As that father's son was preparing the driver's room for him to get back in it, his 9-10-year-old son was helping him. So his 9-10-year-old son was collecting the dirty plastic dishes, not throwing them away, but he was collecting them. The father yelled at him, "Why are you collecting those dirty plastic dishes? We don't need them anymore." The 9-10-year-old argued back, "No, I need it." The father's son scolded, "Why? Why do we need it?" The 9-10-year-old said, "So I put your food in it when you grow up." If you look at this, the oldest son acted bad to his father. So will his son act bad to him. That's a punishment by Allah. Two sins who are accelerated in life: injustice and disobedience to parents. Now, inshallah not, this will happen. What happens if your parents have passed away? Inshallah not. I'm going to give you some helpful tips to do if your parents have passed away. 1. Pray for them on every salah. Make dua for them and make istighfar for them. 2nd, give out charity. It does not have to be money. It can be anything useful to the poor. Food, clothes, anything like that. 3. Maintain good relation with their relatives, like their uncles, their aunties, their brothers. 4. If they have any debt, pay it off. And 5. Do Hajj or Umrah for them. It will help them. نسأل الله أن يبارك لنا في آبائنا وأمهاتنا وأن يغفر لهم ويرحمهم. May Allah bless our parents and give them a complete forgiveness. وأسأل الله أن يبارك على نبينا محمد وآله وصحبه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Can you take this back? Don't turn it off, but take it back. جزاك الله خير يا عز الدين وبارك الله فيك. اللهم بارك. Keep sitting يا عز الدين. Keep sitting, it's okay. Allahumma barik. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless him and to bless his father. This is his brother Mustafa, his father. May Allah bless him and bless all the family. Allahumma ameen wa an yumbitahu nabatan hasana. Wallahi, great topic, great topic. And every one of us needs to look at this, especially the story at the end, kama tadinu tudan. If we make disobedience or disgratefulness regarding our parents today, we will see it in our children. We will see it in our family in the future. And that's why the person must be careful. Wallahi, the person cannot get the tawfiq, cannot get al-hidayah, the success and the guidance of Allah, unless he becomes himself, righteous, makes dua, coming closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He finds the success and the guidance in his family, in his wife, in his parents, in his children, in everyone around him. Subhanallah. So wallah, it's a great lesson today, and khatira, jazakallah khair ya Ezziden wa barakallah feek. And inshallah, this is just the beginning. You're going to amaze us with more khatira, in the future, bi'idhnillah azza wa jal. Okay, we agree?
We agree.
Deal?
Deal.
جزاكم الله خير. أسأل الله أن ينبته نباتا حسنا وبارك فيه وأن يصلحنا وإياه في الدنيا والآخرة وأن يرزقنا وإياه الفردوس الأعلى اللهم آمين. And we ask Allah for our brothers and sisters around the world to give them the relief and to give them the help and the support. اللهم آمين. اللهم أنجي إخواننا المستضعفين في فلسطين وفي لبنان وفي السودان وفي شتى بقاع الأرض يا منان. Wallahi, I try to make use of every khatira to make dua for our brothers and sisters, because this is one of the best things we can help our brothers and sisters. So the best thing in khatira is the dua. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give the help and the support to our brothers and sisters. Allahumma ameen. Wallahumma alayka bi'a'da'i ad-din ya Rabbana wa tub alayna tawbatan turdika 'anna wa sallallahu wa barik ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim wa jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.